Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Representative Rita Harris, proudly serving House District 44 in the state of Florida. And for those that don't know, House District 44 is in South Orange County and includes neighborhoods like Lake Nona, Meadowwoods, South Chase, Taft, Sky Lake South, Hunters Creek, Williamsburg, and parts of Dr. Phillips. It's a great, amazing district, and I'm so humble and proud to serve. And I want to talk about the first bill that we filed this session, and that is HB 65, anaphylaxis in public schools. So you might be asking yourself, what is anaphylaxis in public schools? Well, I'm here to tell you. So anaphylaxis is basically a severe allergic reaction. It could be an allergic reaction to anything, but one of the more common severe allergic reactions tends to be in food. So think of a lot of people who have a peanut allergy, for instance, and if they're around even peanut dust, they could have such a strong allergic reaction to it that they could end up hospitalized or even worse. So one of the reasons why it's really important to have a protocol is because oftentimes in an emergency, you're reacting to that emergency. And there's a lot of adrenaline and there's a lot of things that are happening. And so we want to make sure that in the event of an anaphylaxis situation in schools, there is an already preset, predetermined protocol that people have to follow. And that ensures that all of the T's are crossed and all of the I's are dotted, and that nothing slips through the cracks. Not that things slip through the cracks, but we want to ensure that it won't. Because when you have an anaphylaxis situation, it is a very life and death situation, and we want to make sure that everything is already set and determined before anybody in the school even encounters it. So this is just a safety precaution to ensure that kids in schools are safe, and that if anything was to happen, everybody knows exactly what their job is and what they're supposed to do in case of anaphylaxis in public schools. And also, there's a few other things on this screenshot that I want to explain to you for those who may not go onto the state website and kind of follow and follow legislation as it moves through the state house. So first, you draft your legislation, it goes into drafting, it comes out, and then when you're ready to file it, you file it, and it is assigned a number. In our case, we filed this bill a little bit early in the legislative session, so we kind of have a low number, right? HB 65, that's pretty low because there's not a whole lot of bills yet that have been filed because we're still early in the process of bill filing. So that's the number of my bill. Of course, it is known as anaphylaxis in public schools, and it will probably get another nickname as it moves through committee, the EpiPen bill or the allergic reaction bill. That's really normal, and even so normal that sometimes media or social media or constituency groups will start to call it by its more commonly used nickname. Also, you're going to see referred committees and committee actions. In order for a bill to make it to the House floor and be voted on, it has to be assigned committees and it has to go through these committees and be approved or passed or voted up through these committees. And as you can see, it shows when we filed the bill Thursday, October 5th, 2023 at 2:37 p.m. That's when we hit file on the bill. And it also shows you that it was assigned to Education Quality Subcommittee. So basically, there is an Education Quality Subcommittee that meets and reviews the bills that are put into that committee. But they don't review all of the bills. The bill has to be agended, and oftentimes the committee chair is who decides if a bill will be heard in a committee. If a bill is not heard in a committee, it is not going to make it through the committee process, and it is not going to be heard on the House floor. There are a lot of bills that are filed in all sorts of legislatures, but not all of them make it to the House floor to be voted on. Of course, we're hoping that our bill makes it through all of the committees and gets to the House floor and is voted on. Once it makes it to the House floor and is voted on, you have to ensure that the companion bill is voted for in the companion chamber. In my case, I am in the Florida House, and then there's also the Florida Senate. And so the senator who is running my bill has to ensure that the bill makes it through committees on their side of the chamber. Now, once it makes it through my side of the chamber and gets passed off the House floor, if the Senate also gets passed, it becomes either a Senate bill or a House bill, depending on which version of the bill passed, and it will be sent to the governor's office, and then he will sign it into law if he chooses. So we're really keeping our fingers crossed that this bill makes it not only through my side of the chamber, but also the Senate side of the chamber. And we're hoping that it makes it to the governor's desk and he signs it into law, because we think this is a really common sense bill that's going to help a lot of people who have anaphylaxis reactions in public schools, to ensure that all of the steps are taken and all of the processes happen, and that everybody is on the same page if that should happen. And I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon about the next bill that we file.